to What I'm Thinking on DWTT channel. I am, Gary for my friends, and welcome to the show. And what I am thinking is, where will Arsenal finish in the table? Yeah, there's 20 spots. You get to pick one, all depending on how you do. But where will Arsenal finish? And this is kind of my review that I kind of do preseason, or I like to do preseason, but we are on to our second week already. The game will be played tomorrow against Leicester City, but just wanted to get this out there so you can kind of get my thinking and my feeling about this. So I guess we'll start. We'll start with what I like to say. This is the likely, and I think this is probably where Arsenal will end up, fourth through sixth. Last season I think I had it fifth through seventh was where I kind of had us. This season I think fourth through sixth will be an improvement. And I can take the fifth and sixth place for different reasons, but more than likely I think we need to see improvement, and the only way to see that is if we kind of move up the table. So fourth is where I'm expecting us to be highly. That's where I'm highly likely we're going to finish based on what we've done, and part of what we've done in this window. We still have a couple more weeks, but the improvements I'm going to see from the youth that we have and some of the players and all of that. So I'm expecting, Jesus to kind of help us. And, if he can get us an extra 3 or 4 points, that would be great. Zinchenko as well. The health of Partey, will be a critical kind of a piece to this whole success of the season for us. A backup CDM would be really nice, but we'll see how Arsenal does. If not a backup to CDM, then maybe we'll have to change the way that we our formation. That's the only thing I can see us kind of hurting our chances of getting fourth. So otherwise, we still have a couple weeks left to maybe pick up a player. I just don't see a CDM being one of them. So we'll kind of hopefully improve our midfield. And I know there's been talk about a winger coming in to also kind of, push Saka. So I'm expecting the youth to improve, meaning Saka, Erdegaard, Emil Smith-Rowe, and Martinelli definitely to improve. With that means more goals and assists coming out of those four players. Jesus will bring them along based on what I've seen so far in preseason. He's gonna be asking enough of these players, so I'm expecting them to kind of take that and be happy about it. So we'll see how that all works. What else am I expecting? The one thing that I just realized that okay, yes, I had to just check something on the audio, the video, not the audio, but the video here to make sure that what I see on the screen is what you're seeing as well. So yeah, likely that's what I'm expecting. Fourth, fifth, and sixth. The only way I would accept that is if we make a deep runs in the cup and we finish with a trophy, and preferably the trophy will be the Europa, because we definitely need Champions League, which is the bare minimum for our squad this year. That's the only way this thing's going to work. We really need to make sure we get Champions League at the end of this. That's kind of that will be the mark of whether we're successful or not going forward. So Champions League, I prefer it to be fourth place in the table, but if we fail up, as they say sometimes, I'll take a Europa League Cup, and we'll take that to the bank essentially. So that's kind of the first thing. That's the only way 4 through 6 will be, at least for me, okay. I'll accept it. All right. So next up on this is let's see. So next up, and let's see. Oh, yeah. So next up, what I consider disappointing, and disappointing, would be 7 through 9. I think that will probably put Arteta in a situation where he's probably going to keep his job, but he more than likely will have to make sure he gets the job done in the next in the next year. And you know what? Some things probably may come up that will create that. And like I said, the CDM is key. If we have to, we have to start looking at El Neni coming in and maybe Sambi coming in and playing in those roles. I think those are going to hurt us. because it's going to be a big drop in the quality and the performances that you get there. So I can see that happening. 7th through ninth would not be an issue, would not be a surprise to me if the things that I believe were the cause of our problems in January come again this season, meaning we have injuries to some of our key players, and once again we have no answers. And we've seen from Arteta that if he doesn't like the answers on the bench, he won't use them, and in that case he will either force somebody into a position they're not comfortable in, and they will struggle. Sometimes they'll be successful, but sometimes they will struggle, and we'll kind of be sitting in that 7 to 9 range. So that will be disappointing. I'm hoping that like I said, they can be kind of lucky. You want some luck on your side, and a way for that, for Arsenal anyways, luck will be if injuries aren't a concern. All right, so that's one there. So next up we have what I consider extreme scenarios, and as you can see there, third and then 10th through 15th. Those would be extreme to me. I think it's going to be really tough for us to get third with the fact that we've added Europa League games, and I can't see us getting all the numbers that we need on the squad. The depth just will be a challenge. So I kind of feel like third might be a lot to ask of the squad. But you know what? In a couple of weeks, we may have that answer in the way that they finish up the window, and if they bring in some more players, that'd be really good. So let's see how they do there. But yeah, third I think that would be extreme for us to do. 10 through 15, that might be right there where, for me anyways, I could see Arteta not lasting and not making it through, getting into that 4th or 5th year of his career. That would be alarming if he does that. But once again, this is all tied to kind of where we sit in terms of the injuries that may come about, or players missing time for one reason or another. This would, I seriously think he would have to be let go if this comes up. And as you can see, I'm missing some positions as well. But this one might be the one where they kind of discuss this seriously. And if we had all or nothing going on, these would be discussions probably with Adu and Vinay and Garlic. And I think it's Tim Lewis basically trying to decide what they're going to do with their manager, whether they keep him along and accept the position based on circumstances out of his control, injuries and whatnot. For me, a lot of times it's not necessarily that the injuries are the problem. It's just that we just don't have, as some would say, the plan B, meaning take what you got and get the best out of them. And that's another thing that managers need to do. They need to be able to get 100% out of their players, regardless of the quality that they're going to get, so that at least they are not getting shortchanged out there. They're getting everything they can. So 10 through 15, I think that would be a serious discussion, but I could see a manager losing out and losing their job. But as we've seen, Arteta seems to be able to not have that be an issue for him. All right, so next up is basically what I consider no way. And no way, I just can't see it right now, not with the squad that we have. And I expect a lot of improvement, but I think it's going to be, it's going to be a tough season. And City and Liverpool basically seem to have those two spots sewn up in terms of where they probably will finish. But they too could also have issues that will keep them from those spots. But we've seen it doesn't really mean much in terms of top four. They may struggle, but they more than likely will still finish in the top four. First and second place, I think, for Arsenal right now would be a dream. And it could happen, right? We've seen it. It would have to be one of those perfect situations where you don't have any injuries, and you're able to use that and run with it. Now, if it came down to winning the league and winning a Europa League title, which one do you go for? For me, you go for both, because if you're going for both, that means you're playing up to that level every time you hit the pitch. And teams like that usually consistently finish where they would like to. So for if it got to the end of the season and you're kind of looking like we're sitting in second place, what do you do? And that is a dream. I don't foresee it. But we've seen weirder things happen, and nobody said, you know what, that's probably never going to happen again. Well, it has happened in the recent memory, right? Leicester City. So we'll see what happens. We're playing Leicester City this weekend, so maybe, you know, some of that will rub off on us. We'll see. But yeah, no, this one, no way. This one definitely on the top end. That would be really nice. I don't see it though. But on the bottom end, in terms of 15 through 20, that's an easy second. All right, that's an easy one. Arteta should be out the door, and a new manager should be coming in. If we sustain, if we sit in those positions for, you know, a number of weeks, you know, if we're getting close to a month in those positions, I think that would be a reason for him to probably lose his job. But we've seen with this management, this club, they are full board with him. So we'll see if that were to come up, what would happen. But yeah, I think these ones are no way's going to happen. And if it does happen, we're going to be happy, or we're going to be looking for a new manager. So we'll see how that all plays out. But that's kind of my look at the table and kind of where we will be. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll try and put these videos out in the future. I like doing these. Sometimes I'll put a little more research into it. This one is kind of off the top of my head, how I feel. I like to do that as well. So hope you enjoyed this. We'll do another one soon. You know, I'm hoping that I can do that, the My 5 that I've been doing before. I know I enjoyed doing that. It takes a little time because I need to do a little bit of research and get my numbers correct and all of that. But I'm hoping to do that for you soon. And maybe I'll make it a live, you know, live show. But if I can do the recordings, I like that as well. So that's it for what I'm thinking and our table projections. And we'll do this again. So yeah, so once again, as I like to say, life is a journey. Don't waste the trip. Enjoy the ride. All right, everyone. Thank you.